Lead VoW initiative that reflects the vision of Valley of Words, intergenerational dialogue. Today we have with us Kendriya Vidyalaya IMA and Saint Kabeer Academy in conversation with the leadership of Wildlife Institute of India and the Forest Research Institute entitled All Things Bright and Beautiful. I would like to invite on stage Mr. Virendra Tiwari from Wildlife Institute of India and Vijaya Ratre from Forest Research Institute of Dehradun. Interviewing them are students from Saint Kabeer Academy and Kendriya Vidyalaya IMA. Let's welcome them on the stage. I would also like to call upon the stage our chair for the session, Shri MC Ghildiyal. MC Ghildiyal, former PCCF from Uttar Pradesh, is at present the Secretary of the Supreme Court, Monitoring Committee for Doon Valley. May I now invite the student moderators to the stage. Let's begin with the students from Kendriya Vidyalaya IMA. Can I request our technical team to play the first video? Next are the students of Saint Kabeer Academy. Please may we have the second video.
Welcome to the Wildlife Institute of India, a hub for wildlife conservation and research. Established in 1982, this institution has been a pioneer in protecting India's diverse species. Today, we join students from St. Kabeer as they explore this renowned institution. For over 40 years, Wildlife Institute of India has led India's conservation efforts. From Project Tiger to saving the Indian rhino, this institute has been at the heart of critical wildlife initiatives. Its mission is to blend science with on-the-ground action, preserving India's natural heritage. Wildlife Institution of India's research spans across wildlife tracking, habitat restoration, and resolving human-wildlife conflict. Their projects shape conservation policies and train future experts. Students from St. Kabeer explored Wildlife Institution of India's library, exhibits, and learned firsthand from the institute's experts. From the latest conservation techniques to innovative research, they got a glimpse into the world of wildlife conservation. The Wildlife Institute of India is a leading force in wildlife conservation and research. During their visit, students from St. Kabeer explored its research centre and learned about the institute's groundbreaking work. In the labs, scientists develop strategies to protect endangered species and restore ecosystems, highlighting the critical role of research in conservation. The visit extended into the woods, where students gained a deeper understanding of preserving natural habitats. Every small action matters, like keeping our environment clean, as seen through the simple act of removing litter. By joining forces, we can all contribute to a future where humans and wildlife coexist in balance.
I'm very happy that you see the president or the patron, Mr. Sanjeev Chopra, he has roped in Sant Kabir and IMA students to know something about wildlife and forestry. And they will ultimately turn out to be the ambassadors, and they will carry on this message to their colleagues, to others. There is a saying that, think globally and act locally. So they will be acting locally, otherwise COP29 is already in progress. With these words, I would now request you, so you people, to raise any question to our experts here. Thank you.
We can learn a lot from forest, calmness, regrowth and change. With this beautiful thought, a warm good afternoon to one and all present here. We, the students of PM Shri KVIMA, are here to ask some questions from you.
My first question is, what are the courses at FRI and what are the job opportunities?
Okay, so FRI doesn't offer a BSc course, but post-graduation courses they offer. MSc in forestry, MSc in wood science and technology, MSc in environmental management, MSc in cellulose and paper engineering, alright? So, and these are the courses they offer along with PhD courses in very different arenas. Even we have PhD courses which come under WII. So few wildlife PhDs also FRI offers. So I was during the initial discussions I was told that you were interested post 12th. So maybe after you complete your graduation you can opt for post graduation in FRI.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Hello. The courses that are offered by deemed university of FRI, they are all those courses they are narrated by our Vijaya. But ultimately, the opportunities will not be as much as you have. Ultimately, you have to take the competitive examination for other services. I know very many students of deemed university who have fanned out, and some people have joined, some boys have joined, research. They have become professors. They have become IFS officers. In all police UPSC examination they have been taken. So you have got both opportunities there. You can be a forest scientist as well as through competitive examination you can join anywhere. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Our next question is, what are the ongoing research in FRI and how they are contributing to save the biodiversity?
Alright, Forest Research Institute hosts a lot of research, and usually it is based on not only conservation but also how to utilize the forest produce we have in our hand. Okay, so we have lot of research going on improved tree species, okay, like Melia dubia, how we can enhance it for future, how like fast growing species and all. We have few research going on in field of genetics. We have few research going on in field of silviculture as well, okay, in which we are, under me only, we are working on tree translocation, which is a very upcoming thing, and to preserve our nature, to conserve the nature, to conserve the old trees, how we can, other than in place of cutting down the trees, how we can, translocate them to other places and protect them. Along with that, we have lot of research on NTFP. NTFP is your non-timber forest produce, in which other than timber, like you get lot of medicinal plants, you get lot of different kind of gums, raisins and all, how we can utilize that and how we can, educate the stakeholders in this regard, okay, how raisins can be tapped efficiently so that their income also increases, and the people who are dependent on forest directly, they can earn some living from that, sustainably harvesting everything. And we have few research going on climate change and its effects as well. And the most important research in FRI for me is regarding forest fires, which are increasing by day, and every year we see new places which are coming under forest fire, right? Earlier maybe we were not having those issues in that area, but now we do have. And we are also developing forest fire equipment tools, right? Till now, we don't have any gear. We don't have suits, fire-resistant suit, which are flexible and which are good enough to be taken to forest, while climbing hill and all. So these are the things we are working on, and we are also developing protocols for nurseries, for different kind of plantations, so that people can adopt those and we can conserve. Along with that, we have huge database for your you have huge database for plants, okay, in our botany division. Okay, they have a lot of herbarium preserved from over 200 years ago also, and these database help us to know the past and help us to use that in future, that these were the species which are available and this can be propagated in future. Other than that, we have a lot of database on forest insects which destroy forest. So how to treat them, how we can help our forest fight this kind of infestations.
Thank you, ma'am. My next question is, what are the skills that are most valuable for success in forestry today?
Okay, I think sir would be a better person to tell that. What are the skills for successful career in forest? Sir being the most pro, but sir,
Okay, okay.
because that is not working.
Yes, I think so. Skills for
Success in forestry.
success in forestry. Number one is, you see, there should be some passion, for nature. And if you have got passion, then certainly you will join forest service. I know many cases where our colleagues, they prefer forest service to many other all India services and central services. Even from the gentleman I know, while he was selected for IAS and he preferred IFS because he had a passion. So right from yesterday only, there was a lecture on Mr. Srinivas who lost his life while protecting, his that elephant, that shooting by Birappan. He was a known, he was infamous Virappan, and you see, he tried to catch him, and he laid down his life, for that, just to catch Virappan. So there was one lecture there. So the first thing, is the skill means go through the forestry science, etc., etc. But then your passion is will take you ahead of your colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, very well put, sir. Passion is the one thing. And one more thing, like we have been hearing from our academy days, that a set of strong legs, okay, so that you can walk in forest. Because you cannot do forestry sitting inside a building or in AC chambers. You have to go inside the forest. You have to get your hands dirty. Then only you can work.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is, what advice you would give to your students or the youth of India who want to pursue their career in forestry?
Okay, so forestry is not restricted to, research, or it cannot be confined in research, or it cannot be confined in service, right? There are a lot of ways we can contribute in forestry, okay? One, like in FRI, if I talk about, there are scientists, there are officers working as well, right? And we have lot of different kind of, technicians, lot of experts in forestry who come and help us out in these kind of works. So, to make a successful career in forestry, firstly you have to understand which path you want to take. Do you want to become an officer, or do you are interested in research and do you want to go, pick up that side, or do you want to teach, educate, or do you want to work in an NGO who is creating or generating awareness among the peoples? Which path you want to take? Post that, you have to work hard. You have to work really hard, because forestry is one thing, I suppose, which people take it for granted. Okay, like sitting here, we also take it for granted ki theek hai, ho jayega, everything is fine, because results of forestry is reflected only after 10 years, 20 years. It's not a short term thing, it's a long term thing. Long term, it requires a long term commitment, which people lack having. Maybe, you know, starting 1 year you will be having like enthusiasm at level of 100, but maybe after working for 1 year, like, yeah, this thing is not bearing fruit as I was thinking, because educating people, asking them not to chop trees, or, you know, giving them advices, okay, this does not, you know, bear fruit in a single day. You have to be patient, you have to, you know, put in effort for a very long time to see the results. So patience and passion, like sir said, and along with that, the field you want to go in, you decide whether it is wildlife, whether it is forest, whether it is as a range officer you want to work, whether as a researcher, whether you know, you want to work as an JRF, whether you want to work as a scientist. So choosing that field, you can go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. How does a Forest Institute engage with local communities?
So Forest Research Institute, like I told you, we develop lot of protocols, we develop technologies. So you know, we take this technology to the stakeholder. Okay, if we have developed technology how to extract gum, so we will take it, we will educate the person who are actually doing that. We also help, you know, indirectly we help in industries. Okay, we develop some new technologies, we have MOUs with them, we sell those technologies to them, so that, you know, production and all become more efficient, and indirectly we help the environment, indirectly we help to conserve. And thirdly, we have, like, when you have visited FRI, you have seen museums. Okay, so museums are also one way to educate people, okay, and to tell them about what is going on. Okay, seeing the museums, you might have, it has inspired a lot of things inside you, right? You can, I think, agree. So those are the way we can educate the masses. So we cater to stakeholders, we cater to students, we cater to general public in a sense, we cater to officers as well who come, we train them. We have a lot of ongoing courses for officers, for scientists, for people from different institutes. Okay, so they also get a taste of forestry knowledge in that regard. And secondly, we have a journal called Indian Forester. Okay, it is its 150th year. It was established in 1875, so it has already seen 150 years. So these are the way we take our knowledge to the people.
You see, they've got a full-fledged extension unit under Deputy Director General Extension, and people from, you know, NGOs, industries, they hold many seminars on this subject, explaining the utility of forest products, how to protect, and how they can, you see, again, extend these areas through NGOs and create awareness in the public, you know, for protection of forest and utilization of the forest, you see, sustainably.
Thank you, sir. Our next question is, are there any aspects of FRI's legacy that inspire the Institute's mission today?
Yes, Forest Research Institute, we know, it was the first institute which catered to the need of forestry research. Okay, back when it was started, it was to cater to feed the production requirement of forestry for the Britishers, right? Over the years, the paradigm has shifted. Now we have shifted from just a production research, or, you know, just for classification. Those days, these were the main important things which Forest Research Institute used to cater. Now we have changed to conservation. Okay, we have got bambusetum having like more than 35 bamboo species across the country. We have an arboretum, and the whole FRI campus is a repository of species around the world. So in a way, over the years, the FRI's mandate has changed, right? And the legacy which we took from that, from Britishers when it was started, it was that constant effort, okay, and it was evolved to change. We have been changing and we have been evolving and we have been putting our effort towards that. Earlier it was like if they were studying about different kind of species, now we are studying about how to protect those species, how to propagate those species. Okay, things have changed, but the lessons learned from them we still carry forward and still are very relevant.
You already know, you see, the forest or the nature that gives you two types of products, tangible and intangible. Now, tangible, everybody knows there is wood, firewood, timber, then medicinal plants, fruits, all these are tangible. Intangible is what? These days, it is, you see, oxygen sink, oxygen supplier and carbon sink. You see, emission of carbon is a big problem and everybody, all the countries are concerned about it. So our focus is now more on intangible benefits, and by this timber, etc., will be byproducts. If we can earn something out of timber or other tangible products, it's okay. But otherwise, our focus will be on intangible, and we will not bother about the revenue that we earn from directly from the forest in form of timber, etc., etc. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next question is, what are the long-term goals of FRI?
Long-term goals of FRI, first of all, I think it is increase production, okay, because dependency on forest has increased a lot of demands for timber, fast growing species, okay, there is lot of demand for fodder species, okay, and people who are staying close to forest, they are totally dependent on these for these things, and lot of many other like sir said, tangible, intangible, all kind of things, they are dependent on that. So how we can enhance? So we are working on lot of species, which fast growing species, so that we can cater to the increasing population. And then we have lot of eco-friendly and eco-friendly technologies, okay, like we have tried to build stronger structures, stronger, furnitures and all, using bamboo and concrete mix, okay. So we can, so that our dependency on forest can be reduced and can be shifted. Different kind of materials are played with, and we can have a better utilization of our forest goods and services. Other than that, future goal for forestry is one of them is climate change. Okay, climate change. We are working on how forest, productivity is affected by climate change. Along with that, how forest fire is changing because of climate change, right? And other than that, increasing and developing more technologies and developing more protocols for species which are, very rare species, or, species which are at verge of extinction. So we are also working on that.
You see, we are running short of time also, so we'll shift ultimately to wildlife. We have to finish by 4:10, and it is already probably 4. So now I'll only tell you one thing. We have got 2% of geographical area of the world, only 2.4%. Area of our country supports 16% of the population. So you can imagine the pressure on the forest. So more production and less consumption. How can there be less consumption? Population is increasing every day. So they have to balance that, and they are trying to increase the productivity from forest. In the FRI and I think FRI, now we should close this topic and the questions and shift to wildlife. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
India में everywhere, the damage which is happening, again, सारा का सारा world जो है ये कहाँ से हम गुजर रहे हैं? देहरादून को देखिए क्या हो गया. What is happening? I mean, I belong to Dehradun, and I've seen the city going, I don't know where it's going. In the name of development, all the wrong things are happening. ये डेवलपमेंट तो नहीं है. अभी बाहर जाओ तो लगता है पागल ही ना हो जाए कहीं, हमको हमें हिट ही ना कर दे. कितनी बार तो हमारे को हिट कर दिया व्हीकल्स ने. तो इसमें कोई FRI कोई रोल प्ले कर सकता है? समथिंग आई मीन समथिंग विच इज गुड फॉर द एंटायर वर्ल्ड.
FRI का ज़्यादा रोल नहीं रहेगा इसमें. मुझे जो प्लेटफॉर्म ही गलत हो गया, आपने जो सेलेक्ट कर लिया. मैंने सोचा डेवलपमेंट उसका, लेकिन एक चीज़ ज़रूर आपको ज़रूर ये बताना चाहूँगा. वी हैव बीन वॉचिंग देहरादून राइट फ्रॉम आवर चाइल्डहुड. The population when we became independent, we were just 30 crores. Today we are 140 crores. So it is not Dehradun only जिसकी आप हालत ख़राब देख रहे हैं. मैंने बताया कि 2.4% लैंड एंड 16% को हमने कैटर करना है. यू कैन जस्ट इमेजिन. सो 16% को इफ़ यू कैन कार्ब इट, वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. इसलिए ये प्लेटफॉर्म है भी न्यूज़ के लिए. थैंक यू.
Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity. We would love to seek the guidance of Director, sir, on few topics which me and my friends are curious to know. First of all, the question is, sir, could you elaborate that how does the Wildlife Institute of India incorporate the traditional ecological knowledge from indigenous communities into its modern conservation strategies?
So first of all, about Wildlife Institute. So Wildlife Institute is an autonomous institute under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It was established in 1982 and got autonomy in 1986. And our mandate is education, training and research. And we also play advisory role to Government of India and also state governments whenever they seek our inputs. And so basically when we carry out research projects, in some of the research project we have component of community. So in those projects only we interact with community, we prepare questionnaires, we seek input from them, and then based on whatever we learn, we put it in our recommendations. And these are to be implemented by the state governments. So basically the forest land is state, it is in control of the state governments, and the management lies with the state government. So we are only an institution where we provide advisory role and supportive role to them. So one of the example is like now we are implementing Namami Gange project, NMCG project, in which we have a program called Jalaj, where we interact with the communities and how the community is dependent on the river Ganga. So that part we are studying, and we recently held a workshop called Dadi and Nani's workshop. So all the older generation people who had that traditional knowledge. So we tried to, that was the workshop where we were not giving input, but we were learning from them. And now we are going to document that and publish that. So that is how we try to get information and transmit to the governments.
Thank you, sir, for your detailed explanation. Sir, please may I inquire what specific initiatives are currently underway to mitigate the annual loss of wildlife and plant species due to recurrent forest fire?
So thank you. Already Vijaya had touched the subject of forest fire. So again, we do, the state governments do try, and before the fire season begin, we cut those fire lines, we burn those fire lines so that fire do not spread to the other areas. And the cause of fire is many. So sometimes it is the agriculture. People burn their crops. So if their field is near the jungle, so some fire spreads. So most of the fire is man-made. And also recently you had a long dry spell in Uttarakhand. So we had this year only we faced, you must have read in newspaper that lot of fire incidences happened. And one more thing which new initiative for few years is that Forest Survey of India, they send regular alerts. So through satellite we monitor the incidences of fire, and SMS is generated and it goes to the field staff. It sends the location of the fire so that he can visit and control the fire. And this is also the way we are trying to control, and all fires are not bad. So controlled burning, where for management, for the wildlife, for the herbivores, they need grass. So if you burn the controlled burning in the area, the new flush of grass come, and which is very helpful to the herbivores, and which in fact it's also helps if there are herbivore, then the carnivore will also come.
Now, friends, from wildlife and forest, let us move out to urban area. We have got a very good Moshara here and well-known shires I can see. So thank you very much. Thanks to WOW and thanks to Sanjeev Chopra that they gave us this opportunity. And we'll now close our session, Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Another exciting and informative session. Thank you all. Can I have on stage the teacher in charge, the students, and the nodal officers of Kendriya Vidyalaya IMA? I would like the chair to please felicitate. The teacher in charge of KV. I would like to request the teacher in charge, the nodal officers, and the students of St. Kabeer Academy to please come on the stage. I would like to request the chair to please felicitate the discussants. Thank you all.